Hello, my friends. Today, I want to tell you a special story. This story will help you learn English. It will also give you power in your heart. It is about a man who changed the world. He was fast, smart, and very strong. He was not just a fighter. He was also a teacher, a thinker, and a movie star. His name was Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was born in the year 1940. He was born in a city called San Francisco in the United States. But after some time, his family moved back to Hong Kong. That is where Bruce grew up. From the time he was small, Bruce was full of energy. He could not sit still. He always wanted to move, run, jump, and fight. His parents used to say, "Bruce is like fire. He is always burning with energy." But Bruce had some problems. One of his legs was not the same as the other. It was a little shorter. He also had trouble with his eyes. He could not see very well. But Bruce did not give up. He did not say, "I am weak." Instead, he trained every day. He said, "I want to be strong. I want to be the best." Even when he was a little boy, he was already very focused. He wanted to learn. He wanted to grow. Bruce's father was an actor. He worked in movies. So when Bruce was a child, he also got small roles in movies. He was in front of the camera many times. But Bruce did not really love acting at that time. He liked to fight. He liked to dance. He liked to move his body. He loved action more than words. Even as a boy, Bruce was different. While other kids played games, Bruce wanted to practice. He would jump, kick, and spin in the air. People around him started to notice. They said, "This boy has something special. He is not like the others." But Bruce also got into trouble. He would sometimes fight on the streets. He was not bad. He just had so much energy, and he didn't know where to put it. His parents started to worry. They said, "Bruce needs discipline. He needs to learn control." And this is how Bruce's journey began, the journey to become not just a fighter, but a master of his body, his mind, and his life. Bruce was still very young when he started learning how to fight. He had so much energy inside. He didn't want to hurt people. He just didn't know how to control that energy. Sometimes he would get into fights with other boys on the street. His parents were worried. They wanted Bruce to grow into a good man, not someone who always fights for no reason. One day, his parents said, "Bruce, you need to learn how to control your body and your mind. We will find you a teacher." So they took him to a martial arts school. That was the first time Bruce started learning Wing Chun, a special style of fighting from China. His teacher's name was Ip Man. Ip Man was calm and wise. He moved slowly but powerfully. Bruce liked him right away. At first, Bruce found it hard. The moves were not just about fighting. They were about balance, focus, and respect. But Bruce worked hard. He practiced every day. Even when it rained or when he was tired, he kept training. He wanted to be faster. He wanted to be stronger. And most of all, he wanted to be better than he was yesterday. His teacher saw his fire. He said, "Bruce, you have great power, but you must use it the right way. Fighting is not for hurting people. Fighting is for peace. It teaches you control." Bruce listened. He started to understand. He was not just using his hands and feet. He was also using his mind. He was learning to think before he acted. Every day he got better. He moved like the wind, quick and smooth. He punched fast, he kicked high, but he never forgot respect. He always bowed to his teacher. He always trained with a calm heart. At school, some kids laughed at him. They said, "Why do you train so much? Come play with us." But Bruce didn't stop. He had a goal. He wanted to be great, not just in fighting, but in life. He believed that if he worked hard, he could do anything. Soon, people started to talk about the small boy who could fight so well. They said, "He is fast like lightning. He is strong like a tiger." Bruce was still young, but his name was already known in his town. He also loved dancing. Yes, fighting and dancing. He said both were about movement, rhythm, and energy. In fact, Bruce became a champion in a dance style called the cha-cha. It helped his footwork in fighting. He could move so quickly other fighters could not catch him. So now, Bruce was becoming more than just a fighter. He was becoming an artist of movement. He was learning how to use his body like a tool. He was learning how to stay calm in every moment. And step by step, kick by kick, Bruce was building the strong, powerful man he would one day become. Bruce was growing fast. He was strong, fast, and smart. But something bad happened. Bruce started getting into street fights again. Some boys in Hong Kong were jealous of him. They wanted to test him, so Bruce had to fight again and again. His parents were scared. They said, "Bruce, we love you, but it's not safe here anymore. You must go far away. You must start a new life." So, at 18 years old, Bruce left Hong Kong and flew to the United States. He had a little money in his pocket. He didn't know what would happen. He didn't know many people, but he believed in himself. He said, "I will make a better life. I will show the world who I am." He went to Seattle, a city in America. He lived with a family friend and worked at a restaurant. He washed dishes to earn money. He didn't complain. He worked hard during the day and studied at night. He also started teaching martial arts. He said, "I can teach people how to fight the right way. I can help them find strength inside." At that time, most people in America didn't know much about martial arts. Bruce showed them something new. He was fast. He was sharp. People said, "Wow, we have never seen anything like this before." Bruce did not only teach Chinese people, he taught everyone, no matter their skin color or country. Some older martial arts teachers were not happy. They said, "You should not teach non-Chinese people our secrets." But Bruce didn't stop. He said, "Martial arts belong to the whole world. It's not about race or country. It's about growing stronger in your heart." Bruce opened his own small school. He called it a kwun, which means a place to train. Students came from everywhere. Some were big and strong, some were small and quiet. Bruce treated them all the same. He said, "If you work hard, you can learn." People started to talk about the young man with great speed and deep ideas. They said, "He moves like water. He is not just a fighter, he is a thinker." At the same time, Bruce joined college. He studied philosophy, the study of life, truth, and deep thinking. He wanted to understand the world better. He wanted to grow not just in body, but in mind. His life in America was not easy. He had to face racism. Some people laughed at his accent. Some people thought he could never be a star because he was Asian. But Bruce smiled. He didn't fight with words. He fought with action. He kept training. He kept learning. He kept teaching. Slowly, people began to see him. They said, "This man is different. He is special." Bruce's dream was growing. He wanted to make movies. He wanted to show the world that Asian people can be strong, smart, and brave, too. But he knew it would take time. So he kept working hard one day at a time. He believed, "If I don't give up one day, the world will hear my name." Bruce was now living in America. He was working hard every day. He studied at the university. He washed dishes in a restaurant to make money. He taught martial arts to people who wanted to learn. Bruce was always busy. He woke up early and slept late. He trained his body. He read books to grow his mind. He helped others become stronger too. One day, something special happened. In one of his martial arts classes, a girl joined. Her name was Linda. She had a kind face and a warm smile. She was smart, brave, and full of life. Bruce started talking to her after class. They laughed together. They talked about dreams, life, and the future. Soon they became close friends, and then they fell in love. But their love was not easy. Bruce was from China. Linda was American. At that time, many people didn't like when people from different races got married. Some people gave them angry looks. Some people said bad things. But Bruce and Linda didn't care. They loved each other truly. They believed, love is not about skin color. Love is about the heart. They got married in 1964. It was a small wedding, but their hearts were full. Bruce was very happy. He had someone who believed in him, someone who stood by him, even when life was hard. After marriage, Bruce worked even harder. He opened more martial arts schools. He taught more students. He shared his ideas about fighting and life. He said, "Fighting is not only with fists. Real strength comes from peace inside." His way of teaching was different. He told his students, "Don't just copy moves. Learn to feel. Learn to flow." People started calling his style Jeet Kune Do. That means the way of the intercepting fist. But Bruce said, "It's not just a style, it's freedom. It's learning your own way." He wrote notes in notebooks every day. He drew pictures of moves. He wrote deep thoughts about life. He said, "Be like water. Water is soft, but it can break stone. It changes shape, but never loses power." Life was still not easy. Bruce didn't have much money. He had no big job, and he had no big house. But he had love. He had dreams. He had a strong heart. Linda helped him. She worked too. She believed in his dream. When Bruce felt tired, Linda said, "Don't stop. Keep going. You were born to do something big." Then, something wonderful happened. Bruce and Linda had a baby boy. They named him Brandon. Bruce was so happy. He held his son and said, "I will be a good father. I will teach him to be strong, kind, and brave." Even with a baby, Bruce didn't stop working. He taught classes. He made new plans. He even started teaching martial arts to famous people like actors and athletes. Everyone wanted to learn from the man who moved like lightning. Bruce showed that with love, hard work, and belief, a small man from Hong Kong could touch many hearts in America. He was still just beginning, but the world was starting to notice. Bruce was now living in America. He had love, he had a family, but he still had one big dream. He wanted to be in movies again, not just small parts. He wanted to be the main hero. He tried hard to get roles in Hollywood, but the big movie studios said no. They said, "You are not American enough." They said, "People don't want to see an Asian hero." This made Bruce sad, but he didn't give up. He thought, "If Hollywood doesn't want me, I will go back to Asia. I will show them what I can do." So Bruce took a trip to Hong Kong. He had not been there in many years. But when he arrived, something amazing happened. People in Hong Kong knew Bruce Lee. They remembered him from when he was a child actor. Now, they saw he had become strong, smart, and fast. They were excited to see him again. A movie company in Hong Kong said, "Bruce, we want you to be the star of our new film." Bruce said yes. The movie was called The Big Boss. Bruce was the main actor. He played a quiet man who had to fight bad people to protect his family. He used fast kicks, sharp punches, and powerful moves. When the movie came out, people loved it. Crowds filled the cinemas. They cheered and clapped for Bruce. They said, "He is like lightning." The movie made a lot of money. Bruce had become a big star overnight. After that, Bruce made another movie, Fist of Fury. This one was even more powerful. In the movie, Bruce showed strong feelings. He showed pain, anger, and love for justice. He fought for what was right. Again, people loved it. Children copied his moves. Young men wanted to be strong like Bruce. He had become a hero for many. Then came Way of the Dragon. Bruce did something very special in this movie. He not only acted, he also wrote and directed the film. He was the boss of the whole movie. He also fought Chuck Norris, a very strong fighter from America. The fight scene in the Roman Colosseum became very famous. People still talk about it today. Bruce's movies were different. He didn't just fight. He showed heart. He showed that small people can win if they are brave. He showed that skill and speed can beat size. He showed that a man from Asia could be a global hero. He became a symbol of power, hope, and change. People in China, Japan, Korea, India, the Philippines, and even in Africa and Europe started watching his movies. They all loved him. They said, "Bruce Lee speaks with his fists and with his heart." Soon, Bruce was one of the biggest stars in Asia. He gave interviews. He smiled with fans. He stayed humble and kind. He said, "I'm not special. I just work hard and believe in myself." But deep inside, Bruce still had one more goal. He wanted to return to Hollywood. He wanted to show the world that an Asian man could lead a big movie in America. He started working on his dream movie, Game of Death. He wanted to make something amazing, but something unexpected was going to happen. Something very sad. That's for the next part of the story. Bruce was working on a new movie. It was called Game of Death. He had big dreams for this film. He wanted it to be different and full of meaning. He wanted to show people that real strength comes from the mind, not just the body. He wanted to teach people how to fight with purpose, not just with power. But then, something very sad happened. One day in 1973, Bruce was not feeling well. He had a headache and took some medicine. After that, he did not wake up. Bruce Lee died at just 32 years old. People were shocked. His fans cried. His wife, his children, and his friends were heartbroken. The world lost a bright light too soon. But something magical happened after his death. His last full movie, Enter the Dragon, came out just days later. This movie was big, very big. It showed Bruce as a true martial arts master. He fought many enemies with speed and style, but more than that, he showed his heart. He showed his beliefs, peace, respect, and never giving up. People around the world watched this movie. From America to Africa, from small towns to big cities. They saw Bruce Lee and said, "This man is special." Even though he was gone, his power grew. His face was on posters, books, and T-shirts. Children copied his moves. Fighters tried to be like him. He became more than a movie star. He became a hero. Bruce was not just strong on the outside. He was strong inside. He taught people to believe in themselves. He said, "Be water. Water can flow. Water can crash. It can be soft, but also strong." He meant, be calm, be ready, and never give up. Many people still remember his words today. Bruce also broke walls. He was the first Asian man to become a world-famous action star. Before him, people thought only American or European actors could be the heroes. But Bruce changed that. He showed the world that anyone with heart, hard work, and courage can become great. Now, many years later, his movies still play. His face still inspires people. Martial arts schools teach his style. Young people read his quotes to feel strong. His son, Brandon Lee, also became an actor. He wanted to follow his father's path. But sadly, Brandon also died young while filming a movie. It was another big loss. But the Lee family is still loved and remembered. Bruce Lee may not be alive today, but his story lives on. His spirit lives on. In every child who dreams big, in every person who trains hard, in every heart that chooses courage over fear, Bruce Lee showed us. You can be small, but still strong. You can be different, but still shine. You can fall, but still rise. His life was short, but his light is forever. He is not just a man from the past. He is a legend that lives on in all of us.